Troy Anderson here from KettlebellFatLossTrain.com. It's actually Super Bowl Sunday. I'm in a little bit different garb than you mostly likely see me in most of the times. Just working on some stuff for you there. One of the most important parts of any kind of program is goal setting. So I've got this is my flip chart that I use for setting my annual plan with goal setting. It's no secret that I use the Magic 100 program. I actually just sliced off one of my Magic 100 goals this morning, finished reading up a book. But I want to share with you today and kind of break down to you a simple program to help you kind of set goals for yourself if you haven't set goals, and to understand why they're so important. And that kind of lends us to the next part here is one of the ways that we start the goal setting process is with something. I actually picked this up by doing a consult. I'm going to steal their term, called the big why. So big why. Okay? That's the reason that you're doing whatever you're doing. And this is probably the hardest part to get a hold of. I actually really suggest you probably having somebody sit down and kind of do almost role play with this and ask yourself why you're going to do this. This is something I do with clients, obviously, but since you're out there in a virtual world almost, this is something you have to ask yourself, the big why. Why exactly do you want to do what you say you're going to do? Because that allows us to give the basis. Everybody's out there seeking and wanting motivation, and this is where motivation comes from. You have to ask yourself, why is this important to me? And continue to ask it. This is what I call the hard conversation that you have to have with yourself. You have to continually ask it over and over again until you get down to the root answer of it. And generally the root answer has something to do with, generally speaking, fear of loss or some kind of love aspect. But you have to keep asking yourself that question all the way down to the very root, to the barest, kind of rawest emotional part of it. So hopefully that helps. So that's where you're going to start, with the big why. Next is this. It's just a really simple formula I'm going to share with you. I'm actually going to come over and zoom in on this after I finish talking to you so you can kind of see these and take notes. The next part is just a four-step process. I'm not using the exact process for Magic 100, but it's some stuff that I've adapted from it, and some other stuff that I've learned throughout the time. And it's basically 4 criteria I use for writing goals. Number 1, happy. I think this might be the most important one. You have to, attaining your task or completing your task, you have to become a happier person. You can't just grind this out and say you got it done to get it done. It doesn't make any sense to do that. It doesn't make any sense to accomplish anything that's not going to make you a happier person. It just kind of seems asinine. Saying that out loud actually kind of helps kind of reinforce that. So it has to make you a happier person. Number 1. Number 2, excited. Kind of along the same role, but different. You have to be excited about the challenge or the obstacle and the thought process of actually accomplishing this. You can't be so much fearful that you're not going to accomplish it or fail. You have to be excited about it, because that's the only thing that's going to, at least in the initial phases, going to get you moving. Other things will get you moving further points along the line, but you have to be excited about what you want to do. Okay? Pretty simple stuff there, right? That's a real key. You move along some other phases, but being excited is a big key getting started. Number 3 is never. You can't have ever accomplished that goal before. The reason I built this in, especially in relevancy to health and fitness, but it kind of applies across a lot of different things, is that you don't want to repeat the same goal over and over again. You don't want to lose the same 20 pounds and gain the same 20 pounds and lose the same 20 pounds. It doesn't make any sense to do that. It also lends itself to being happy and excited as well. So you can't do the same thing over and over again. It's the definition of insanity. So if you've lost 20 pounds, it's 20 and a half pounds, 21 pounds, something along those lines, but you can't have never done it before. So that's kind of just to kind of continually keep us progressing and growing and get us to move outside our box, because that's kind of what goal setting is all about anyway. Number 4, this is the one where people get a little scared and nervous and put the brakes on sometimes. Time. You have to set a measurable timeline. It has to be a timeline. It has to be what I call a finish by date, or FBD, finish by date. You can't just throw this out there and say, I'm going to do this. It puts no pressure on us. It lends itself against something that we call Parkinson's law, which says the less time we have something to do something, the sooner we'll accomplish it. You have to set a finish by date or a timeline. There's a 5th aspect for some that may be more advanced. You want to, obviously, you'd like your goal to be measurable. You don't want it to be abstract or obscure. But these are the 4 basics. If you've never written a goal, you've got to have the big why. Why haven't you ever done it? Or why is it that you're going to do it? And really get down to a really bare emotional state. I mean, I like to call this, you got to get yourself painted into a corner and want to fight your way out. Next, has to make you happy. You have to be excited about the challenge. You can never have done the same goal before. And 4, you have to have a timeline. Today's Super Bowl Sunday. I thought I'd share these with you real quick. Most people today, especially in America, are out there ruining their fat loss goals they were preparing to. So we thought we'd do something a little bit different. Hopefully you enjoy this. I'm going to come over here and zoom in on this so you can get a quick snapshot. And hopefully this helps some of you that are having some trouble with this, or really had kind of some yo-yoing or bounce back effect, rebound, not quite know why you're doing what you're doing with your fat loss. So let's go take a look here. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out a little bit. Oops, wrong way. There we go. So you can kind of have, let me stand back, there you go. The big why, and you've got happy, excited, never, and time. So that's basically it. That's the nuts and bolts of goal setting right there. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you liked this kind of content and liked where the information is going, be sure to stop by our website, kettlebellfatlosstraining.com. We've got an awesome product over there. Or if you just want to come hang out and interact and meet some like-minded people, you need to come over by KB Fat Loss. That is kbfatloss.ning.com. And have a great day. And this is Super Bowl Sunday. Troy Anderson signing off.